Hi everybody. I thought that I would start doing budgeting videos on my YouTube channel to document sort of for myself, but also to share with people my journey to paying off a line of credit. I've been working on it for years really, but this year I've actually managed to make headway and I've gotten it down from $10,004 at the beginning of this year, that's 2020, to $3,375.87 right now. And that's before I put on my payment from the paycheck that I got yesterday, which was July 3rd. So, yeah, let's get started. This is the notebook that I use. A friend gave it to me as a present one year for Christmas, and I just am such a stationery addict, and it's just pretty, and so using something pretty makes me happy, which is also why I use a ridiculously dorky and childish calculator, because it's cute, and if I'm going to do something as sucky as budget, I might as well do it in a cute way. So this is just one stage of how I budget. I sort of just write everything down that I'm going to be doing in terms of what I'm pulling money out for, just to make sure that I have enough to cover everything. And then also, it used to be that I pulled out cash every paycheck to use as my spending for the upcoming 2 weeks. But because of COVID, nobody really deals with cash right now anyways. And I also, because of COVID, try to minimize going into a bank or touching anything at the ATM stations. So now I just budget showing the numbers for how much I'm going to dedicate to gas for my vehicle, and then sort of food slash other, which are the only two categories I'm doing cash for right now. And then I actually just keep it in the bank and I use my debit card for paying, but I have a smaller notebook I carry with me that I deduct the money from every time I spend something to make sure that I don't go over. Doesn't always work, but you know, a girl can try. So this was from my July 3rd paycheck. Okay. And I always just put the balance of my main account up at the top. That's not the amount that the paycheck was, and I have actually done some spending from yesterday's paycheck before I got around to doing my budgeting, so that won't be reflected in here. But I just start with what the balance is, and I always try to keep a little bit of a, a safety net in there, so I don't do a zero-based budgeting where by the end of this balance is going to be zero, because that freaks me out. Because what if I forget something and then money gets taken out automatically and oh my god, there's nothing in there and I go into overdraft, right? Nobody wants that. So yeah, so I start with this, and then I always, sorry about that, just gonna go like that. See if it'll focus again. There we go. So out of every paycheck, I take out half of the cost of my rent, and I put it into a savings account that I have, so that when payday comes, sorry, not payday, when rent day comes, I know that I have it all, and also I know that it's not all coming out from one paycheck, because I find that's a little bit of a strain if I have one paycheck that's getting the bulk of the bills. So there we go. So I do that, and then I do $375 as a line of credit payment. I'll show in a separate video how I came up with that as my line of credit amount or payment, because it took math and it hurt my brain, and nobody wants me to try to describe that here while I'm also attempting to do this. Okay, yeah, sorry, got distracted by something. And then I'm actually doing an additional $25 payment onto the line of credit. I started doing that a little over a month ago. I'd like to keep it separate just so that I see that I've done it as an extra payment. It's just to help rush along paying everything off, basically. Then I have to do $50 to my student loan. And yes, I use a calculator for all of this because math, not my strong suit. Okay, my cell phone bill doesn't get paid until the end of the month, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm trying to think, what am I forgetting? Oh, my Visa, of course, my Visa. Now my Visa, I had some emergency car repairs that had to get done recently, and I had to put it onto my Visa card, so my card is actually having a balance on it right now, which is freaking me out like you wouldn't believe. So I'm just taking a look at it. It's saying that my minimum payment is $13.40, which is ridiculous because I owe $2,040.56 on that card. Can you imagine if you just paid off the minimum balance, how long that would take? So what I've been doing is just putting $50 on it, just to put something while I'm focusing more on the line of credit. And then once the line of credit is paid off, that money that I'm paying onto there, I'm then going to move over to paying onto the Visa card, and then that'll get it down pretty quick. But I'm just so motivated to get this line of credit done that I didn't want to move off of making really heavy payments on it, just so that I could take care of the Visa card. It's a complicated emotional decision, maybe not the smartest money-wise, but it's where we're at right now. Okay, I'm just going to look at a previous page to make sure I'm not missing anything from the beginning of the month, but I can't show it to you because it has account information on it. Oh, right. Okay, so I need a calendar. I don't normally do this at this desk, so I'm a little bit not prepared. Sorry about that. Okay, so next payday is going to be the 18th. So I have a gym membership that I'm not sure, to be honest, if they're going to be taking it out or not. They stopped charging once the gym shut down because of COVID, and they didn't start back up charging last month, even though they had opened last month. Now, because of my work, I can't go into the gym yet, and I'm not sure if they're just delaying charging me until I finally start going again, or if it's going to start this month. So every month I budget as if it's going to be taken out because it's an automatic withdrawal, so that if it does go out, I'm not short about it and I'm monthly prepared, I suppose you could say. But if it doesn't go out, then it's like a happy little bonus. I have an extra $50. Okay, now normally I also put money into savings accounts that are divvied up based on different things, like yearly things that I have to save up for. So say my car insurance, my BCAA membership, my tenant insurance, all those yearly larger bills that you need to pay. And I do have some money still sitting in savings right now for things like that that I've been working on. I'm not putting any in from this paycheck because, as you can see, I'm already down at $284.77, and that's not including my gas or my food, and I have an hour-long drive each way to work and back, so I need a lot of money for gas in my budget. Yeah, so that's another thing where once this line of credit payment is done and the line of credit is paid off, that money is also going to get allocated out to be able to sort of bump up those savings accounts for those various things. So I'm not so panicky about it right now, because things that are coming up towards the end of the year I bought the money for, or the bulk of the money for, and before they're due, the line of credit will be paid off, so then I'll be able to bump up those accounts and everything should go. As long as there's no kind of a crisis, everything should go. And I say this as a person living through a pandemic that hasn't hit its second wave yet, so we'll see how that goes. So I've got $284.77 left over right now. I do remember though that with that line of credit, because I wanted, yeah, it will be under $3,000, I think, actually, because of that extra payment. Okay, no, never mind. Ignore where my brain was going with that. So from the $284.77, I need to budget out how much I want to have for gas and how much I want to have for food. So usually gas, I put $200. It's really a guess, to be honest, because the gas prices are changing so drastically right now. And if I budget $200, it leaves me $84.77 for 2 weeks for food, etc., which not really enough. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'll go $150 for gas, which is gonna leave me at $134.75. $1,277. And I'm actually going to leave in my brain as sort of an unspecified amount to go towards food, etc. There's really nothing that I need to buy right now. Within the week, I'll need to buy a loaf of bread and I'll need to get some milk. But everything else I have, oh, and maybe some fresh fruit, but that's not really a lot. I'm lucky I get fed at work, so 5 days a week. I don't need to worry about my main meal of the day. I really only eat 2 a day, so I have breakfast before I go to work, and then I get fed at work. And then when I come home, I maybe make a smoothie or I have a snack sort of a thing, and those I've already got the ingredients for and all of that, so I don't need too much. So I'm just going to go on sort of the mental block of don't spend any money, which is something that I do when I'm trying to be really careful about how much I'm spending. I don't even allocate myself a budget for the item, so say for the food slash other, I just leave it as like, nope, do not spend. So that anytime I contemplate spending something, it's really like, oh my God, do you really, really need this? And then if it is, yes, so say it's like the milk, because I'm sorry, but I drink tea and you need milk and tea and I can't function without the caffeine in that form, then that is what it is. So, but I know that I can just get the milk. I can't get the milk and roam around the store and buy other stuff. So it really does help limit me. And it also helps limit me from getting, say, takeout or, just anything fun, really. I really kind of cut back. It was a little bit looser before the emergency with the car, with that payment that all of a sudden meant that now I have to put money onto my Visa card because I didn't before because I was sitting at a zero balance. But now that extra payment, plus I am still putting money on my student loan, even though technically they say we don't have to until I think it's September. But I thought if I can afford to, then I should, because, it seemed like the right thing to do, I guess. And the student loan company that organizes it for Canada screws you over all the time. So I could definitely see if I was all, hey, I'm not going to make payments because they say I don't have to. And then when all of this is over, them coming after me and me being screwed. So yeah, that's that. But okay, so this is how the budget is going to break down. I'm going to go and make all these payments on my phone right now, but I'm using that to film, so it'll have to wait. Yeah, it's not really exciting, but it is for me, mostly because of that line of credit payment. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I will show you the calendar that I use on a different video because it's already 12 minutes and I don't know if anybody's even going to watch it. But yeah, first budgeting video on YouTube, so let's hope it didn't suck too bad for you. Hope you guys are having a great day. If you're American, happy 4th of July. If you're Canadian, happy belated Happy Canada Day. And wherever else you might be, I just hope you're having an awesome day and being safe during the pandemic. Bye.